going on? Welcome back, Combat Insiders. I'm here with Alton, the Bowman Cunningham, via Skype here. Fresh off a win this past weekend. I'll let him tell you all about it. Alton, what's going on, my friend?
Man, it's going, man. Just another day, another grind.
Hey, I hear you, man. So, there's a lot of you had a recent video this weekend that kind of went kind of viral. You knocked the guy out. It seemed like almost you knocked him out twice. You need him. He kind of went down. He was real doozy, got up, and then you cleared him out with some knees again. I guess, again, first off, thanks for coming on, man. It's kind of short notice, and, we appreciate your time. And, I guess just tell us real quick, tell us a little bit about yourself and, talk about this past weekend.
So I'm Alton, the Bowman Cunningham, 6-1, all fights, all finishes, all knockouts. Fastest rising, middleweight, light heavyweight, it don't really matter what class. Prospect coming up right now. I will be in the UFC. I mean, there's not much to be really said. I think my fight style speaks for itself. My fight speaks for itself, and the only guy I lost to is in the UFC right now. So, but yeah, man. Hats off to my opponent, BJ Lacey. Took that fight at heavyweight. So I went from fighting Bavon Lewis on the Contender Series July 10th at middleweight to fighting at heavyweight this weekend against BJ Lacey. So I was originally supposed to fight last week against a guy named Victor Jones, and just being realistic, I probably shouldn't have been matched up with him in the first place. It was just a fight, just to get a fight. And BJ probably should have been the first opponent right away.
Was BJ naturally a heavyweight?
He was walking around at 220. So, and we just agreed to take the fight.
So it was short notice for both you guys.
Yeah. So
okay.
9 days. So I was supposed to fight last week. I was supposed to fight last week on October 20th. Okay. And the opponent backed out in 2 days, and they found BJ. So my coaches and everything, the owner of promotion, Jay Clip, he's my coach as well. Fights for. So I just fought for PRC. So he's the owner of PRC, and they called BJ, and that's the opponent that they found. And so I was matched up with him, and he was walking around at like 228 or something like that, 220. And we took the fight at heavyweight.
Wow, man, that's nuts. Taking something last minute like that, and especially, so that's two weight classes, above what you normally take. Because I saw where you usually fight at middleweight. So
yeah, to be honest, I thought I thought it was still gonna be at light heavyweight. I thought he was gonna cut weight, but my coach really referred to no, like we're gonna take the fight at heavyweight. So I showed up for weigh-ins. I'm thinking he's gonna be. He's going to be on weight, my coach is just like, hey, how much you weigh? And I'm like 205, something like that, 206, walking around.
Yeah.
And weigh-ins, like, I'm on weight, just naturally walking around. And he's just like, all right, go over there, go get some food, go drink some water. The fight's at heavyweight. So I'm like, all right.
How did that feel, not having to go through the weight cutting process?
Man, I felt like a new man, to be honest. I felt good in there. I felt relaxed.
Yeah.
I don't want to take it away from. I don't want to take just me being a heavyweight or light heavyweight away from the way I've been training. But my training since the Contender Series fight just been on another level. Like and just mentally, I've just been on another level. But fighting that light heavyweight and not cutting weight, I just had so much. I was in bright spirits all week. I had so much energy. I was smashing pads all week, smashing pads so much that my knuckles were hurting. Like, man, even one of my knuckles now is just swollen. I've been fucking just smashing pads all week. So I was fired up all week. Just energy at an all-time high. So when I came in that fight, like I was ready to go. And it really didn't matter who they put in front of me. They were going to be taken out in brutal fashion regardless.
Yeah, so you mentioned the Contender Series, so like you said, that was the only fight that's the only L on your record right now, and everything, you've won stoppage every single one of your fights. I guess talk about that. Obviously, it didn't go the way you expected. Kind of talk us through what you think happened during that fight on the Contender Series.
Not making any excuses for that fight. Bavon's a great competitor. He's one of the top prospects in the sport, arguably right now, and he's going to do well. He has a fight coming up, Uriah Hall. He's wishing him the best in that. But for me, I'm not gonna chalk anything up. I went in there, I took my beating. Wasn't confident. I realized that fight made me realize there's truly levels to this game and everything.
Sure.
You can be checked out of a fight before a fight, if that makes sense. And that's kind of how I was. I was checked out for some reason. I don't know why. I do now. Just it's, but those are things that I've been correcting myself. Just it's more of just making this is a lifestyle, and not only that being a lifestyle, you got to be a fucking alpha.
Yeah.
Mentally, you know what I mean. Like you can't have any cracks, because once you get that crack, you just break in. Out there, it was just so surreal, because for me, going through the weight cut, being away from home, you know, I wouldn't say like I was checked out. I was just drained a little bit, you know. And by the time that I felt like I could get going, the fight was being stopped. Bavon didn't do anything that I didn't expect. We expected it all. To be honest, I was like, if you watch the fight, I didn't engage. There was times I could engage, I didn't engage. Like, I'm not gonna make shit up, but you can watch it, you'll see it. Like, damn, dude, just throw a punch. You know what I mean? I was shelled up. I can guarantee you that won't happen again, though. I promise you.
Do you think maybe maybe nerves maybe played a factor in it, being that
not really nerves, man. It was nerves, but more just mentally. Like, I wasn't far. Like, even my warm up in the back, I was just flat. That's really there was no other way to put it. Like, I was flat.
Yeah.
You know, like I wasn't woken up. You know what I mean? But and that's something that you gotta take it for what it is, right? And you know, mentally, I was a little weak. You know, I wasn't ready at the time.
So, you know, do you did I read right? Do you got something else coming up too? Like, are you already any other fights coming up soon, or?
Yeah, we so you know, there's some guys that's been calling me out, and me and my coaches decided that so I got a fight coming up potentially December 7th for LFA, and I made that very, very open. And there's these guys that's been calling me out, a couple guys, and yeah, me and my coaches decided we want to do something fun. We put a post up, who the fans want to see. We know, realistically, ideally, we know exactly who the fans want to see, especially on the local scene, and we wanted to just bring that fight to a big card. Mark Lemminger, and actually, this guy beat me when I was an amateur, and we decided that fight makes sense. He's 8-1, I'm 6-1. We meet at 185, and decided to see who's improved more. And not only that, a fight like that, realistically, the winner could be looking at a UFC call up. So, but their camp decided to decline the fight.
Well, I guess that's my next question. You know, how many fights away do you think you are from? You think you're just really one impressive win away from, you know, maybe getting another call up or something like that? You think it's 1-2 fights away, or just, you know, like I said, you were really impressive this past weekend, and I can't imagine, man, because you know, you're looking good. I watched, you know, your last few fights, and I can't imagine, like, what more, you know, because it's almost like everything they look for, right? Because they look for someone who's aggressive, they look for someone who's all about the finishes, someone who's kind of putting yourself out there. You know, some of the best fighters, win or lose, you know, are either they win by finish or they lose by finish.
Yeah.
You know, that's some of the best. That's some of the best fights, man. It's just, you know, real action packed, real exciting. You know, how close do you think you are?
If you want to be honest, I think I truly believe the UFC wants me right now. But if I'm being realistic, you never know when you're going to get a call up from the UFC. Their roster is full, you know, where they're cutting guys, or just exactly where they're at on the business side of things, that or whether they're bringing people in. So the only luck you're fortunately able to get is through short notice fights, you know, and just staying ready, you know, because that's where they're going to start calling guys at. And do I believe? I mean, let's be real here. That video is going viral as shit. I believe they watched it. However, that it's not about that fight. I think they're watching. They're watching me for sure. Especially since I fought in front of them in July, then turn around and see this performance. Yeah. They definitely have their eye on me. Somebody do in there. There's no doubt. I'd make sure of that. So right now, honestly, I'm just staying ready. You never know. If I'm being realistic, I think one more, for sure. One more. Honestly, I feel like I belong there right now. I mean, if I'm being real, I see a lot of guys on that roster at 185 and 205 that I beat. Right now, we're just kind of playing by. We'll see what fights we get offered. If we get offered fights at 185, 205. You know, we'll see what happens.
Do you have anybody that maybe that kind of that's on the UFC roster right now that you find really impressive, or maybe even somebody you've watched in the past, somebody maybe you model some stuff after, or kind of taken some things from?
Yeah, Anderson Silva, a lot of Conor McGregor, Fedor. Those are guys I really watch. Conor with his distance management.
Yeah.
I would say with Silva, more of his awareness, his reaction timing.
Yeah.
Conor has that too, but Conor has extremely good distance management. They all do too. Anderson does too. But Fedor is the guy who got me in the sport. I love watching Fedor, and just Fedor is just that supreme, that mystique and that supreme confidence. I got that mystique, that aura feel from Fedor. Without that aura, it's so this is what I feel as a fighter. You want, when people see your name on the card, you want people to see your name and be like, oh shit,
yeah,
he's fucking fighting?
Yeah.
Oh my god, we need to watch this. Or I didn't know, like, holy crap, like I didn't even know he was on the card. Hell yeah. That's the guy I want to watch.
Who do you think takes that Bellator tournament, him or Bader?
I gotta go with, I can't. Bader beat my boy King Mo. And but Fedor is like my favorite fighter all the time, so I gotta go with Fedor.
Yeah. I'm torn. When I first picked the tournament, when they first announced it, I think I had my finals bracket at I had Chael Sonnen and I had Ryan Bader.
You picked Chael.
Well, you know what? Chael is. I tell you what. Man. I used to wrestle, so I've kind of got like a wrestling back. I have a love for wrestlers, so it's kind of like, I guess I'm kind of biased.
I get it.
Yeah, I'm kind of biased towards the wrestlers, and I guess too, it's kind of a, Chael's been in it for so long and he's done so much, but he's never won a major title. I think I just kind of wanted it for him, maybe just for his career. Just I kind of wanted to see him kind of go out with the belt, and I guess it was maybe more like that, but it just, once he was in there with Fedor, man, it was just
Fedor, man, he looked good, dude.
He looked like old Fedor. He really did.
Fedor, man, like that dude would have just cut to like light heavyweight or something. But then again, you can't say that because his style meshed well with the bigger guys, and that's something that I'm learning. Like my style might mesh well with the bigger guys, and like it's not like 185 is an easy. If you want to be honest, I'm walking around right now. Like this fight was a heavyweight, but I'm walking around at like 204, 205. So I don't see cutting to 185 ever being a problem. I used to walk around at like 215, 220. Yeah, I can't even touch over 210 anymore.
I say if you can keep that speed, then that's one of the things like you're just saying with Fedor is, why he really probably won't cut to light heavyweight, because he has that sneaky speed, right? Like you look at him and you're like, there's no way that guy is faster than me. Like you just kind of look at him and you don't see it, and then next thing you know, you're out. I'd say, hey, if you can still kind of keep up that speed without, and minus the cut, I don't know, man. I say, hey, whatever you feel best at, man, is what I say.
Dang right, man. You dang right.
But yeah, man. So so glad you could come on and chat with you for a few minutes, man. Is there any shout outs or any sponsors, anything like that you wanna shout out before you go?
I want to do a shout out to sponsor tip. I'm actually wearing one of our sponsors right now, Big Wood LLC. Give a shout out to 608 Motorsports, Carbon World Health, Pinecone Restaurant, the Varsity Bar and Grill. I have an after party this Friday at the November 2nd. It's November 2nd, right? Yeah, November 2nd at the Varsity Bar Grill. Anybody in Wisconsin, come down, Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. Give a shout out to the Great Dane. Martin's Tree Service LLC. I got a lot of sponsors, so I'm gonna just leave it at that because I'll be going all day from talking about my sponsors. Give a shout out to my team at Pure Vita, my coaches. The Barbarian Zach Otto. They're out right now in Madison Square Garden with my teammate Montel Jackson, who's about to fight Brian Kelleher. UFC. Montel's from the Eat, man. He's about to destroy that shit. Shout out to Coach Clip, Coach Solo Acosta, Coach Nick Tross, Ben Tomes, all my training partners. Um, Shout out to my management team, Sucker Punch Entertainment, and Brian Butler, Brian Hamper, all those guys. And that's it.
All right, man. Well, look, hey, I think it's nothing but big things from you, man. Like I said, you were really impressive, this past weekend. It just, I think that video it's going to just keep getting bigger, man. Like, it's already got, I don't know what, like close to like over 100,000 views, I think, across, different
Yeah,
couple.
I'm saying it. I'm saying it gets shared a little bit more on other spots. So
Yeah.
all it is dope because all it takes is one of those like big groups or one of those big pages
Oh, yeah.
to pick it up.
Oh, yeah.
And then it goes viral. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%, dude. I wish you the best of luck, man. Hope the LFA thing. Hope you get a good fight, get a good win.
Man,
and
I will. I will.
Hey,
I'm showing up. I'm showing up that day. I know that.
there you go, man. All right, Alton Cunningham. Check him out. Check him out on his social media.
Follow me on Instagram at Alton the Bowman, ALTONBO_MAN. You can follow me at Facebook at Alton the Bowman. You can follow me at Snapchat at Alton CMMA, Twitter at Alton the Bowman, and there we go. Bam.
There we go. Bam. He said it best. Joshua Furs, Alton Cunningham. We're out.